Hello everyone, it is Dr. Aaron, Naturopathic Doctor. I am signing in from my couch beside my dog, who's all bundled up behind me. I'm wearing my toque because, well, it's a beautiful snowy day out here in Vancouver. Hope everyone's been safe. It's actually pretty funny. I'm from Ontario and, crazy snowstorms sometimes don't even stop the city, but in Vancouver, a light little sprinkle can slow things down. That's all good though. What am I doing here? I am here reaching out to my Facebook friends, the people that have liked me on Facebook, patients of mine that are on my Facebook page that are looking for a little bit more information. Each week I come on and talk about a different topic. And I've been practicing for 13 years. I practice in downtown Vancouver, have an active practice, and always see new patients. But anyways, enough about me. Let's talk a little bit about what I talked about last week. So this is episode 18. It's all about libido and testosterone. Last week talked about how to keep your immune system strong and gave you some tips about drinking a lot of water, avoiding things that can thicken up your mucus, so things like bananas and dairy. Things that are really rich in sugar can actually thicken up your mucus. So if you're congested, you kind of want to thin that out so it's easy to just come out and, So lots of warm teas can work. Washing your hands, really important not to pass on the flu and the colds. And of course, there's some other things too. Vitamin D some studies have shown vitamin D to help support the immune system. It's always important to seek some advice if you're going to go that route. But, just ask your mom. Washing your hands is really important. And then we talked about how to survive Christmas from not eating every single cookie and biscuit and sweet treat that's out there. I'm so guilty because today I went and picked up this big box of these chocolate dipped cookies, these biscuits that I found at the Rexall Pharmacy, and I brought them into work and just put a sign, Merry Christmas, help yourself. Found myself eating quite a bit. So, I think for me the big thing was, it's important to have high protein rich breakfast, eat throughout the day so you're not starving yourself. Water, drink lots of water, helps you avoid reaching for those snacks. If you want to supplement N-acetylcysteine or NAC, can work to keep some of the sugar cravings down. You gotta be planned for it. You gotta focus for it. So, if you are going to be going into the holiday season, to a holiday party, and you want to avoid eating all that stuff, make sure you eat before you go, drink lots of water, and you can get some NAC, some L-glutamine is another amino acid that you can do that can help cut down some of the sugar cravings. Or, hey, why don't you just go and get a little bit of raw cacao and mix it with a little bit of maple syrup, maybe a little bit of a honey, like a little bit of a teaspoon, mix it together. It turns into this beautiful kind of chocolatey kind of syrup, and that's really healthy and sweet. You can also get some great recipes for some bean fudge. So you get some black beans and mix it with some coconut oil, a little bit of cacao, and mix it together, and you can actually create some black bean fudge. Pretty sweet. So those are some tricks that you can take to help kind of tie you over and help prevent you from reaching for those little goodies. This week, though, I wanted to talk about libido. I wanted to talk about sexual health because I think it's one thing that people don't like talking about. I think people are embarrassed sometimes when they come to me and ask me questions about libido. The reality is, we're sexual beings, and it's important to be healthy that way. And so, it's a journey, and it's fluctuations. Sometimes people are on, and sometimes people aren't on. And it's important to figure out if you aren't on and you're off, what could be contributing to that. So for women and men, typically testosterone is the one hormone that is involved with that. Mood is certainly part of low testosterone, both for men and women. If you're dealing with some sleep difficulties, more sleeping, less sleep, that could also be related to that. For the most part, when you go to your medical doctor, your family doctor, you talk about your low energy and low libido, low sexual desire, your doctor is going to order maybe a testosterone level. Even for women too. So testosterone is involved with libido in women, although estrogen certainly plays a big role in that as well. So your doctor is going to order a blood test and going to test your total testosterone, probably not your free testosterone, although that would actually be a better one to get done, but there are regulations and restrictions on what family doctors can order, at least here in British Columbia. There are some additional tests that you could get. There are some really unique saliva-based hormone tests you can get, as well as some urine-based tests that are pretty wide range in what they can do. And those have ranging costs. And sometimes if you've got extended health benefits can cover some of those tests. So you're looking at between $100 to $400 or $500 for some of those tests. So both men and women can get hormonal issues, sexual health issues. Testing it can be through blood, it can be through saliva, it can be through urine. But, you know, speaking of for men specifically, you know, I'm getting close to my 40s, and this is a time when I think a lot of people my age are reflecting on their health and trying to really optimize, be the best that they can possibly be. And, you know, if you're looking at yourself as a sexual person, there are about 9 specific areas that I was going through that I think are affected by this. And so 9 signs that testosterone levels can be low. If you're looking at your sex drive, if your sex drive is low, it could be from low testosterone levels. Your erection. I know, I can't believe I said that. But yeah, erection. So erections that aren't as they were when they were younger. That could be a sign of low testosterone. Semen volume. So if you're trying to have a kid and you are, you know, expecting to have no problems and you have some problems, it may not be the woman's issue. It takes 2 people to have a baby. And so semen volume and semen health, or sperm health basically, can be affected by low testosterone levels. Hair loss. If you're struggling with hair loss can be due to an overproduction of a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, which can actually deplete your testosterone levels. So if you have hair loss, it could be due to that. It could also be genetics. Fatigue or lack of energy. If you're struggling with just, you know, not having that energy to even want to do anything, you know, it could be depression, or it actually could be low testosterone. Loss of muscle mass. If you know, go to the gym regularly and you're not making the same gains that you used to be, or you're starting to lose some muscle mass, that's a warning sign. I would say, you know, are your testosterone levels lowering? Increased body fat. That kind of goes hand in hand. Happens when men get over 40 and accelerates after 50. So taking a look at whether or not you're holding on more fat. An area where men can get that is around the breast. You can get gynecomastia, or bitch tits is what they call them in the gym. And what it is, it's actually fat that surrounds the areola of men. And as we get older, our body tends to aromatize. It tends to convert testosterone into estrogen, our fat cells do, and that can actually increase as we get older. Decreased bone mass. I was shocked. About 6 months ago, I went for a full body DEXA scan, full body imaging scan, where they did my bone density, my muscle mass, percent body fat, that sort of stuff, and realized that I was actually osteopenic. I was on this borderline of having low bone density. And so that's a signal. It's like, got to get your testosterone levels checked. And then I talked about a little bit mood changes. If you've got some depression and you can't really, it's not situational, it's not related to something, and you've never really struggled with depression in your life, but you know, you've got low energy, your mood's low, you've got low libido, it could be low testosterone. So, you know, generally there are a lot of options out there. You could go to a health food store. There are vitamins and minerals out there. Certainly the one that stands out is zinc. Especially from a male sexual health, zinc seems to be pretty good. For fertility-based issues, zinc works well for sperm, L-carnitine for motility, coenzyme Q10 works really well for the fertility side of that. Other herbs like yohimbe. Yohimbe is a bit of a stimulating type herb. It's been used as kind of like nature's Viagra. So that can help from a symptom perspective. You've got other things like tribulus that is known to increase testosterone production in the body. And of course, nothing can really do anything better than having healthy fats in your diet, because fats are the precursor to all steroid hormones. The backbone is cholesterol, and exercise. So weight-bearing exercise, especially lower body exercise, can help to increase testosterone levels. So guys, it is a cold, snowy day here in Vancouver. It's actually quite beautiful out. I hope everyone has been safe. This is episode 18. This is Dr. Aaron, naturopathic doctor practicing in downtown Vancouver. Please send me comments, ask me questions. Would love for this to be something that happen every week and people can interact with. If you haven't liked me on Facebook, like me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter, Vank Naturopath, and I will see you next week, where I'm going to be talking about what is a naturopathic doctor. Okay? This is Dr. Aaron. Have safe and happy holidays. Well, we'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Cheers.